What's up, everybody? My name is Steve, and welcome to Walking Through Frogville. This channel is a little bit about my life, and who really cares about my life, you might ask. I happen to be a stay-at-home dad of 3 little girls. I guess really they're not so little anymore. We're about to be kind of heading into the teenage years, which means for over 10 years I've been a stay-at-home dad surrounded by 4 women. At one point we actually had 2 girl dogs also. So there's a lot of females around this place that I am surrounded by. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not that manly of a guy, so it makes sense. I watch all my friends that have sons, and I'm super glad that they have them. But little boys are bouncy, and they're wrestly, and I guess that's just not me. I'm not super into sports. But over the last 10 to 13 years, I've learned a few things. Not much, but I've learned a few things about raising daughters and about being a stay-at-home dad. My wife and I are homeschoolers, so it's my responsibility to teach them school, 3 different kids, 3 different, at least 4 different subjects, usually 5 to 6, depending on how you group and lump your subjects in there. I do most of the laundry most of the time. They do their own these days because it's my responsibility to teach them how to do that. And the cooking and the cleaning. And that's what this channel is about. It's about my life as a dad. My life as a stay-at-home dad of daughters, and the little adventures that we get into, the funny things that happen. And in one of the videos in the future, I will tell you where the term Walking Through Frogville comes from. And we'll try to do that where that phrase actually got kind of coined or came up with at a campsite we were at while we were camping. And yes, there were frogs involved. And yes, it's a pretty funny story. But I want at least my wife to be here for that because it's pretty funny. But Walking Through Frogville is the perfect term for just our life. We're walking through this exciting little life that we've been blessed with, and the things that happen and the things that we learn along the way. It's amazing if you do have kids and you're watching this, how different they all are, right? Despite the fact that I have 3 girls and we're all a part of the same family. They came from the same parents. They're all very, very different. And they all have very unique abilities and desires and tastes and all that kind of stuff. And man, can that be complicated. Emotions run high here in Girl Dorm. There's always somebody crying. If you've been following along with the shorts, we've been starting with some shorts. But we're going to get into parenting styles and structures. You don't have to agree with me and the way that I do things. Because once again, every kid's different. Every person's different. We have to treat them all differently. And that is one of the things that I've learned as a dad, as a stay-at-home dad and a dad of daughters. And I'll tell you, I do take seriously my role and responsibility to discipline my children. I do not want to send them out into a world where they behave like a lot of the adults today are behaving, because it's inappropriate. They need to know how to function. They need to know how to wake up and get to a place, make some sort of money, make a difference in the world, be responsible individuals, have an education. That's on me, and that means disciplining my children. I will share this, and I think that it's kind of funny. At one time, our 3 daughters were 5 and under. So I think really it ended up being like 4, 2.5, and just born. And they were real cute. I'm not going to lie. I'm not patting myself on the back, but they were cute little girls, and they'd follow me around, and I'd be carrying one of them. And a lot of really nice, well-meaning people would be like, oh, how do you yell at them? And I would just chuckle, because toddlers are toddlers. It doesn't matter whether they're cute little girls or whether they're not cute little girls. Sometimes you got to discipline them, and sometimes you got to make them cry. Yes, it's hard to make a little girl cry, but you know what? It's my responsibility as a dad, and I take that responsibility very seriously. So I hope you'll come along for the ride with us here at Walking Through Frogville. I'm excited to, again, just share with you little quips and things that I've learned and little tips and tricks. I happen to be undiagnosed, but a little bit OCD, so I like things organized. I like things clean. I was in the military, and so maybe I have a tip or trick that you can use in your life or in your world as we move along here, and how to negotiate having a child, 2 children, 3 children, and how we get along doing that, and what it means to be a dad, what it means to be a parent in this world that we're growing up in, and the adventures that we get into. Because we like to be out. Yes, we do spend plenty of time sitting in the house watching TV shows together, and enjoying the commentary on what we can learn from watching other things, what we can even learn from the crazy ads. The ads that are on TV these days are kind of mind-blowing, to be honest. I would have never seen something like the things that they put on ads these days, and it's just a regular ad. And so this opens up opportunities to talk, but we do like to get out. We like to camp. We like to go on road trips. We like to be out in nature and doing all this kind of stuff. So I hope you'll come along with me, Walking with Frogville. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get alerted of all the new footage that comes out. My goal is to grow this channel and to provide a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of tips and tricks, and maybe a little bit of knowledge that I've gained from being a dad. And I hope that's something that you're interested in.